My name is Jesus John. This is my channel, my first deck of tarot. On my channel, I do next 24 hours general readings. Just to get a basic insight into the next 24 hours, it's general readings, so everything wouldn't fit. Don't try to fit it. If something is resonating, however, I'll be glad and hopefully something positive that we could look out for. But these readings is just basically to get a little insight into the next 24 hours. If it has something negative coming up, that we could set my mind and intentions to hold positive energy to get through whatever it is we have to face. Or if something positive come up, that we could capitalize on and be aware of, so that we don't feel as if we miss opportunities or set ourselves back. So thanks so far for the views, thanks so far for the people that have subscribed, really appreciate. And how I just do the readings, I just take 3 cards from the right away deck, and then I just take 2 cards from the Angel Heart Sigil. I don't necessarily try to put it into a time frame. So the first card is the 8 of Cups in the reverse. So that could just basically be due to restrictions, due to how a lot of things in upheaval, we not able to take trips, we're not able to move around as much as we would like to. The other card is the Emperor. Yeah, so you could feel as though you're missing out on opportunities, you're not in places that you should be. Some people are accustomed to the presence, being known, and what I feel in this is that this could be somebody who not so much train themselves, but work. You could keep the things that you like about yourself, and don't keep the things that you don't necessarily want to show. This person trained themselves to be comfortable in the masculine energy. And part of that is your presence. It has something about a masculine presence, somebody who accustomed to being on top of things and stuff like that. Oh, and I wanted to ask you guys to leave any messages or in the comments what readings you think I should try to do next for you. So if you have any ideas, or you want to what you think that I should do a reading in particular, or a different spread in particular, I would really appreciate it if you leave it in the comments. So that'll be really cool. And the next card is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess does talk about your intuition, your guidance system, how balanced and activated your chakras is, so that you receive information from your angels and your guides and your ancestral team. How much you hear their voices, and not just how much you could hear, but how well you could discern the intuition. So that's what you're looking at. So the first card to clarify the 8 of Cups is the Page of Cups. So somebody not excited about not being able to be as, or this could be somebody who used to do a lot of errands during the day and stuff, somebody who does normally be active, as well as high energy and stuff like that, because clarifying the 8 of Cups is the Page of Cups, and in the upright, the Page of Cups is somebody who has energy, who noble, who charismatic and engaging. So it come up in reverse. And then the 4 of Wands, matrimony, marriage, but it comes out in reverse again. So it's not so far from the upright. It's like it's just it's not the right time, not the right place, not the right people. So we get into the Emperor card. So yeah. To clarify, the Emperor card, yeah, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles let's talk about generosity, balance, equal give and take, gifts being given or given gifts. So this could also be like one of the qualities of the Emperor, but again, this person not they're not mobile. I'll hear they're not mobile, so they can't move around, they can't do things, they can't be of assistance, they can't internal meetings to go to, stuff like that. Like, it's a general reading. But the Six of Pentacles clarifying the Emperor says that balance is coming back. Also, yeah. The next card is the Six of Cups. Emperor 6 6. Just saying. So the Six of Cups does represent nostalgia, childhood nostalgia in particular. Missing things of the past, missing happier times, thinking about again gifts. This is dealing with generosity, give and take, balance, and this is dealing with nostalgia, gifts being freely given, stuff like that. So again, this could be like one of the characteristics. It's gonna be an emperor, somebody who could have been organized like a lot of charity work and stuff and doing things and actually like was helping people and stuff at that point in time. Again, that's just part of the character that they build up for this stuff. Like that's just why I feel it is. You know. And then the next card, the High Priestess, dealing with the intuition, dealing with the unseen aspect of things. Again, I'm more feeling like it is the voice. Like how clearly this person does hear the intuition. So it seems to be good, right? Because the Eight of Wands does represent quick movement, swift movement, clear communication, unexpected communication. Because anything that does move quick, could come unexpected. So it seems, or it could also be that this person, the intuition, like sending them a lot of downloads at this point in time quickly and as direct as possible. So do whatever to say let's do to like ground yourself. Yeah. So one more card to clarify, the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands, and you have the Strength card. What I'm feeling from this card is that this might be a time because I felt it earlier, but I just didn't say. The Emperor could have been that ego that you built up for yourself to protect yourself, to exist comfortably in the world, in your role, in your position, wherever it may be. And again, as I was getting from earlier, it was just it's something to do with it's just. For some reason, I feel like if this person basically built herself from scratch at one point in time in their life, and wherever they wanted to go, wherever opportunities was available to them, the way that they seemed to pattern themselves was the Emperor, this masculine, strong, dominant energy. But for some reason, they're not as mobile, they're not able to move away from things in the mind as much because they don't have much movement. So, they gain a lot of childhood nostalgia and remembering things, which kind of softening them up, which opening them up into the intuition, the High Priestess, which allowing messages and upgrades to come through like real fast, Eight of Wands. You would have to have the strength to, anytime we breaking away, we just have to heal stuff and stuff like that. And according to weights we have to face, we just forget to heal, and instead we just try to hide it, mask it, but you're really asking to have the strength and the patience with yourself, because we are hurts in us that built up that's really strong. Like if you know you try to shape these things, some of these things, some people hurt. Yet like you see, okay, so for example, and I'm not bashing anybody, but for like some people, you see some people like real drink till they lose your mind, stuff like that, smoking other things as well. But that for example, because you know for sure, like you completely lost your senses. But like why people would get to that stage, because the way how I see it is that you basically don't want to know yourself, you want to escape from your own body. So like, but if it is that your spirit guides, and you most likely will be going through a dark night of the soul, and you can just look at that if it's resonating with you. If you had the opportunity, you would be most like your higher self will most likely come forward, your spirit teams and your ancestors will most likely come forward and help you to dissolve this ego and actually change this energy into something positive, because it is a good energy, you know, because you had the Six of Pentacles, generosity, give and take, fair, giving and stuff like that. So it is a positive energy. It's just that the um the way the energy was constructed, for the purpose the energy was constructed for, it not resonating with your core intentions, if that makes any sense. Again, it wouldn't resonate with everybody, but it is a good energy to be in. It's a position of power, most likely, and you could, you know, bring good memories to people as well. Because the Six of Cups don't necessarily only mean to. It is nostalgia, childhood memories, but it could also be that, you know, you're able to give and bring new, fresh memories to people with this energy you build up. But because you build it up as a protective mechanism, um as a shield against the world. Now that the world actually wants to use it, and it could do like a lot of good, your spirits, you would be called to face that, and you know, you will have to deal with guilt, you will have to deal with a lot of stuff, and that is okay. It's just that, just try to be fair, try to be balanced, try to be patient, try to not get too souped up in it, like I just did. Because honestly, it's a real nice energy to me. It just seems like it's somebody who work on the self, who might have gone through a heartbreak or a hard time, and work on the self, and really, you know, became something. But with all the constant changes and stuff, they just adapting as well, and this is just a time for them, rather if they like it or not, that their spirit want to ascend, or go to the next level, or if it resonates, it wouldn't resonate with everybody. So then let's take two cards from the Angel Heart Sigil, and this could just say like, well, so far from the reading, I could safely say what angel to call upon to like ask for guidance, and it will be appointed as to what angel normally was around for at least part of this journey with you. So the first card is Zadkiel, Acceptance. And the other card is Metatron, Adoration. So just a little feel how I feeling from the cards is acceptance, just as it say. Things change all the time. Change in life is the only constant, or the only regular thing. Change is the only regular thing, really. Even though the changes because of the pandemic and the different country rules that they're in place, in changes will be different, but change on the whole is the only consistent thing in life. So they're just asking for acceptance. Accept that most of us just in a constant flow of change. again, just like don't be too hard on yourself, and just adoration as well. Every time I pull that card, I just always feel as though it's like the little things that we does do, that we does get right, we just forget, or we just not pay as much attention to what we do actually, like, you know, realize, or we do actually let live a joy than the things that we actually do and get right. Especially if you're around people who not necessarily seeing the things that you does do and get right. Sometimes it's not being selfish in it. I mean, don't get too carried away with it, but it's good to adore yourself. It's good to adore a higher power. It's good to adore the things that you do. It's good to adore the um. I think anytime you contribute to do something positive, I think you should adore yourself, honestly. So the first one is that Gale acceptance. So Zadkiel communicates that acceptance and acquaintances are gifts of reality. The word is actually derived from the Latin meaning to give rest in, connecting us with the ability to let go of a challenge or behavior that isn't assisting our flow of creativity. Instead, we prefer to hold tightly to resistance, fearful of outcome, even though we secretly know that what we resist persists, leading to even greater challenges. You've chosen this icon because Zadkiel's heart sigil wants you to give assent to the angels to carry the burden from you, and to unite the two sides of yourself that are in conflict. Like the vision in the icon, you will then fulfill the dream you've always had of flying with the birds rather than just wishfully sitting on the branches of the trees. The playful side of you wants to fly to other realms for even greater magic. Let go and chant high through the throat chakra, the Visuddha, to feel this expressive joy flowing through your being. And the other card is Metatron Adoration. Metatron brings you such heartfelt love, drenched in the deep conviction and homage of the divine. In the icon, you will see the monstrance of the Christian faith. It contains the blessed host that signifies the body of the Christ, used during the rite of benediction. Therefore, contemplate the fact that this is a sacred instrument which reflects the body of the devotee, within the center of which is the seat of the soul, the heart, from which the rays of adoration radiate outwards. Ponder on whether or not your own process need moments of adoration to increase the flow of Christ's light. Honestly, just say Christ's light, sorry. Of Christ's light. Wow. Or source energy through you. Adoration is a state of grace which many of us need to acquire, and so chant he through the crown chakra, Sahasrara, to stimulate the beauty of the adored, whilst feeling Metatron's heart sigil trenching you with its power. So yeah, just accept like what the situation is. Adore yourself, adore your creator, adore your family, adore the things that there's add value to your life, add value to emotional state, add value to emotional well-being. You're most likely, for some are just feeling. I'll start to say why it is a feeling because that's how readings does work. I really feeling that somebody in particular, you should check out like what is the dark night of the soul, because it's just basically a process of um, avatars playing out different roles for your soul to learn certain things that and remember certain things. But I don't want to confuse it because I can already explain it from like a scientific example or anything like that. But it's just a process of you stripping away your ego basically and being spiritually guided to information and different situations that would help you to see peoples and tears in the reality and the rules that society have. Again, I don't want to oversell it. Do your own research on it because it's always better to get your own meaning of it. But it's basically facing the things that is not true in yourself and releasing them. So you could check out that if it resonates. All in all, again, thanks for the likes, thanks for the subscribes, thanks for the views. If you make it this far, like the video, leave a comment down on again what are readings you all think I should like try to do for you guys, and treat each other with love.